jumping off of one of those things, because not in my questions, but would you see like something like breaking up Facebook as something that would be in the antitrust realm, like breaking up small companies?
Totally. So that's one issue I've been able to work on specifically over the last 5 or 6 years in my day job, which I'm mostly disengaged from now.
Sure.
We helped to revive antitrust policy. There were many people involved, but we did get to play a leading role in that work, and it's an ongoing process. Among other things, we're among those who were attuning the FTC to the idea that it had the authority to sue to break up Facebook, which is something it since undertook. And in that case, you would look to spin off WhatsApp, spin off Instagram. A lot of people don't know that they bought up these competitive platforms. And there are other anti-monopoly measures that you can put in place in order to deal with a lot of the other problems that we see on social media, like namely that their business model is amplifying the very worst, like most incendiary, hateful content, because that's what keeps us addicted and clicking, and such that they're able to display ads for us and make their revenues off of them.
Right. So as a congressman, you'd be able to, or I say congressperson, you'd be able to do something in that realm.
Yeah, I mean, there are bills moving forward in both chambers now. There were 6 that moved through the House Judiciary Committee, actually under David Cicilline's stewardship. He did a great job on this. That made it out of committee, that are pending before the House now, that would address this in various ways. There are a couple of bills moving through the Senate that would deal with aspects of this problem. No one of the bills deals with the totality, but all of these are different ways of getting at some of these problems. And the other thing I've learned how to do over the last many years is like come to understand the interactions between the legislative branch and the executive branch, and how the Federal Trade Commission, Department of Justice, other regulators have a role in this work as well, and the interplay between those agencies and Congress, and how one can influence the other to do better work. And so there are a variety of different ways you could work on this.
Do you think there are enough governmental tools and institutions to do this work if we just apply them and give them the power to do so?
That becomes a much broader question. I think a lot of it goes to one of the reasons that Elizabeth Warren endorsed my candidacy right away was because of work I've done with her office over the years around like these questions of corporate power, and moreover getting people in place, like at these commissions, for instance, who really care about using public power towards public benefit. And for a long time, these agencies had even under Democratic administrations, they were typically populated with people who might have gone through the revolving door between a big company and the agency, or a big law firm representing the companies and the agencies. And we need to make sure there are people who care about the public interest in these positions of power, just like we need to make sure there are people who care about the public interest in elected positions. And so I think we have a lot of the tools. Obviously, we have a judiciary that has a concerning record on a number of different issues, including corporate power. And so a lot of the questions at hand right now are, do we need to pass laws to affirm in certain cases that the agencies have the power to take on some of these issues, or do they already have existing power to engage in a certain way with these matters? And that's all part of the tension that's being worked out right now.
I have thoughts on that, but I'll get on to something else.